Before we get started with this video, I just wanted to stop and take a second to thank all of you guys for all of the amazing advice that you have given me throughout the videos that I've already posted. A lot of you have commented and you guys have given your advice on my deck in general, on some of the gameplay that I've done. And I just want to let you know that I am not ignoring you, trust me. This next video is going to showcase a whole bunch of losses that happened for me in Arena 9. This video was recorded before I got all of your feedback and all of your advice. I have a bunch of videos laid out for future videos as well, and these are just videos that I already did. So I just want to let you know that your advice is not ignored. I have taken all of your guys' advice into consideration. I've play tested new decks. I've added in what works. I've made it to other arenas. This is just me recording the videos to catch up to where I'm at right now because, I mean, I play constantly, so I'm already constantly ranking up these things and I'm just kind of going in order to show my growth. But you will see the advice that you have given me and all of the advice for my deck and everything, all the changes you'll see in future videos, I promise. I just wanted to let you know for future that I promise you I'm not ignoring you. It's just these were pre-recorded videos. So now why don't we just get right back on into it and hope you enjoy the video. What's up everybody, my name is Adam and welcome back to the channel. Now I know I just posted a video of me going from Arena 8 to Arena 9. I'm gonna post another video of me in Arena 9. So I'm on the cusp right now of Arena 10. I'm almost at Arena 10, but the problem is after I made my last video, I decided that I wanted to play some more matches and I went on a pretty rough losing streak. Nothing too crazy. I mean, rough to me is losing more than 2 games in a row, but then I would win a game and then I would lose another game and I would win a game and I lose another game. And the thing is, this is the most that I've lost since I've played. So I kind of wanted to start showcasing the losses. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. Most of the matches that I'm going to say, probably maybe one, I'll do one win, I don't know, but most of these videos, if not all, are actually going to be games that I lost in Arena 9 right now. Now my streak isn't completely dead. I'm still at around the same thing. I'm still doing really well with this deck, but I did hit a little bit of a rough patch. I'm at 2,928 trophies. So like I said, on the cusp of Arena 10, very close. I've played 184 games total so far, and of those 184 games, I've won 130 of them, with 125 of those wins being 3-crown wins, which means that only 5 of the games that I have won have been less than 3 crowns. So again, like I said, I still think I'm doing really well. I still think this deck is really, really good. I've only lost 34 games. I still have a 79.268% win rate, which is really good in my opinion, really, really high. Compared to, you know, just the 80 to 81% that I have been doing, 79 is not that much lower than what I've been getting. So like I said, there's always something to learn in the losses that you have. So I'm gonna be reviewing a lot of the losses that I just had, 4 of them really, so I can improve, see what I did wrong, and kind of make up for that. But like I said, not a lot of losses so far, still doing really well, and I still plan on using this deck to its full potential. Also, at some point during these losses, I actually switched a card. I went from Fireball to Arrows, and the reason being is because most of the losses that I have witnessed in most of the games really that I have been a part of in Arena 9 have been things that die really well to Arrows, and I haven't really been using my Fireball very much. Yeah, let's go ahead and get used to it. Let's get right on into it. Let's figure out, you know, what I did wrong. And yeah, as always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if I didn't catch something else that I could have done. If you think that there's something that I could have done differently that I didn't mention, please let me know because of course that would help me a lot. And yeah, subscribe for more videos because again, I really am enjoying the Clash Royale content and I'm super pumped. So I'm gonna keep it going. So yeah, thank you so much and let's get on into it. Okay, so this first one, again, is a loss. All of these are gonna be losses. But before we get started with all of these videos, can someone answer me this question? Does anyone else notice that there are certain parts of the day where you play and it's easier? Personally, for me, I've been noticing that it's easier to play in the morning and at night. But in the afternoon, for me, it gets a little bit harder, just a little bit more challenging. That's where I kind of see like my 1-0s, my 2-0s, not really easy 3 stars. I do get 3 stars sometimes, or like maybe my losses. I mean, all these losses that just happened, it was in the afternoon. I had to stop playing because I was like, okay, I got to stop. I got to recollect myself. And it was just really bad. So I've noticed that in the morning, it's easier for me. Night is still pretty easy for me too, but yeah, those afternoons, man, it's killing me. I don't know if it's a trend, if it's a thing, if everyone is just choosing to play at that time. But let me know if you've noticed that as well. Here we go. I don't see my giant, so I threw in a cannon. They throw down a baby dragon, which is on the opposite side of my cannon. So my cannon, it's not even going to lock onto the cannon. So what I thought I was going to do is I'm actually going to throw this knight down to distract the baby dragon. The thought was to have the baby dragon go a little bit more towards my cannon so it gets distracted by the cannon instead of the tower. And then that way we can kill the baby dragon, if anything, and do that. But they threw down their goblin barrel at the right time, obviously, when it, everything, the tower is locked to the other minions. So I had my minions go with that. Problem is they also now have a P.E.K.K.A. My giants on this side, I have a mini P.E.K.K.A, and unfortunately, because I had to throw my minions down from the goblin barrel, I was unable to actually defend against that. So the mini P.E.K.K.A took down my mini P.E.K.K.A. I mean, I'm sorry, the big P.E.K.K.A took down my mini P.E.K.K.A and got my giant pretty weak. So I wasn't really able to do much damage. My minions were actually able to do more damage to the left tower than it was to the right. So that really sucked. They threw their baby dragon down again. My cannon was better placed this time, so the dragon was able to lock out to the cannon, get some damage done by the archers and by the tower there. They have their witch out, level 9 witch, and I took down the skeletons. They have their knight down now too. I figured, let's take my giant down. Let's try this again. But the problem being is I messed up. So I let them take this tower because I was like, you know what? I have to go on offense now. I'm going to throw in the big combination, but they did have a P.E.K.K.A. They threw their arrows down, which sucked too because they threw it right when my minions came out. So they were really low on health. And again, I can't do damage. Like, he just keeps on throwing. For the most part, he has very low mana things. Like, his P.E.K.K.A is the highest mana, and then he has a witch. But other than that, everything else is pretty low mana. So his defense was really good. That P.E.K.K.A really screwed me up because I just wasn't able to get over it. Like, I wasn't able to get this down. I threw minions down, but they threw a baby dragon, which was able to take any of the splash damage. They threw a fireball. I wasn't able to get past that. I figured if I threw my knight down, maybe my knight can tank. But he threw his own knight. At that point, there was nothing I can do. Like, I made the mistake of letting them take the tower when I shouldn't have. And at least I should have played more defense in that game to maybe see if I can defend myself against their tower. Let me just see, like, I started making the moves. So I think that if I let them make the move, maybe, and then defended first and then went for the offense, maybe that would have been a better strategy. But unfortunately, I did let them go for that tower. I think that was my mistake there, where I definitely could have played more defense. So this one was a little worse, too, because I lost, obviously, again. They threw down their Goblin Barrel, which is level 10. My cannon I threw down, but they don't lock on, so I just let my tower take the rest. This was a bad roll for me because now I don't have a mini P.E.K.K.A or my wizard. I literally don't have anything to start my offense. So I was like, you know what, the next two, I knew the next two was gonna be that. So I threw it down, threw down my giant, sorry. And I'm waiting for the giant to get to the bridge. I thought the archer was gonna be faster, that it would get locked, that my tower would lock on, but it didn't. But I threw my mini P.E.K.K.A, I threw my wizard, and then I find out that they have the bomber tower, and they have a skeleton army. So this is gonna do a lot of damage to me, and I was barely able to do any damage on that tower, and then now they have a level 10 mini P.E.K.K.A coming up, so I threw my knight down, and then I threw my minions down to take care of the goblin barrel. I have like no mana at this time because now I'm trying to rush in to get defense again. So it was just really bad. I didn't throw anything down for this thing. I figured I can take it out really quickly. It only hit my tower once. And then I'm going for the combo again. Because now I'm like, you know, what happens is like, if the combo doesn't work the first time, the combo can work better the second time because my wizard is evolved. It has that shield. I don't know how far a wizard's radius is. Maybe I could, so it's looking like my wizard, it wouldn't have been able to reach it across the lake. And I was wondering, like, is there anything that I can do to make the tower reach across the lake? But I don't think there was. He knew I didn't have an answer for their goblin tower too. So that sucks, and I think they actually took my tower. So we have a minute left, we have double elixir, and I'm like, I can still do this. I can still take a tower. They threw their archers down on the left, so I kind of knew that they were going to go for probably a higher offense. So I threw the combo down. I threw minions down just to also reinforce everything. And now I get to take the tower down. I took the little bug down, and he threw another tower, which pissed me off because then it's like I have double the blast radius, which actually sucked, but I threw down my evolved wizard. And I was able to, thankfully, with the with my fireball and the wizard, I was able to take down their tower too. So I'm still in this. Problem is, I was really hoping that their mini P.E.K.K.A. was actually going to die. I thought my knight would actually take down the mini P.E.K.K.A. It didn't. So it did a lot of damage to my giant, and I wasn't able to actually get rid of the whole thing. My mini P.E.K.K.A. locked onto their bomber tower. That sucked. I threw a cannon down, but I think I might have thrown it like too close. Then I was like, okay, so this was my idea. I was like, can something reach over? But I guess I'm gonna have to do like minions instead of archers. There's just no way I can do that. So yeah, this is what sucks. They took down my minions, and then they had a mini P.E.K.K.A. I didn't have anything. There was no way I could do that. I guess I just got overpowered again with no elixir. So that sucked. But we learn. I definitely could have handled their bomber tower a little bit better. I think that if I threw minions down and saved minions for the bomber tower, I think that would have been better. That way the minions could hit the bomber tower before my giant gets over the bridge, and then maybe I could have had a little bit more of an offensive pressure. But that's really, I could have done that better. This was bad as well. I mean, I'm going to say that for every single match on this one, but yeah, this was bad. I lost 1-3. I think I may have gotten greedy, but let me just kind of replay here. So again, these cards, it's like I'm not getting dealt a great hand. I threw my cannon down, and then I noticed that the mini P.E.K.K.A. wasn't going to go towards the cannon, so I threw archers down too, just to get the P.E.K.K.A. to go and lock onto the cannon instead of the archer tower. I have my combo, so I'm going to throw in my giant, and I'm going to get ready for offense over here. They threw their wizard on the other side, and then they threw a barbarian thing. I have my fireball. I threw my fireball down, and then I was like, you know what? Let them take the left tower, because I was like, at this point, I think I can get rid of the barbarians and then take their tower down. I really shouldn't have thrown the minions down. I think I should have just thrown my mini P.E.K.K.A. down. That would have helped my wizard have a lot more health, and then my mini P.E.K.K.A. would have definitely gotten a lot more pressure in. So I think if I threw my mini P.E.K.K.A. down instead of the minions, if I just let them take that tower, invested my mana into the mini P.E.K.K.A., that would have taken down the knight and helped my wizard. And then I think I definitely would have been able to take that tower down early on. So that was a mistake that I now have reached. And then I see that they put their wizard down, but I'm going to put the offense in to get my wizard, because I don't have a great hand right now. And I figured, you know what? My wizard's on deck. I'm just going to let my towers take care of this wizard, the witch, and I'm going to go for an offensive pressure here. I have my wizards. I didn't know that they had evolved barbarians. So that was wild to me. They weren't able to take my giant out, but they still were able to do a lot of damage to the point where I wasn't really able to get enough wizard pressure from the thing. Mini P.E.K.K.A comes out, takes down my wizard, actually locks onto my knight, so it bought me a little bit of time, but now this sucks because now they threw their barbarians, so I threw a fireball just to take care of them, but they also have a Mini P.E.K.K.A. Mini P.E.K.K.A takes out my archers and then locks onto my giant. I threw in minions, and then I threw in a knight just to take care of these barbarians, so it wouldn't do that much damage. I threw in my wizard. The problem is it wasn't evolved, and this is where things go downhill. So Mini P.E.K.K.A is too strong to the point where it's going to do a lot of damage, and it's covered by a lot of skeletons. The witch just overtakes everything, and in 10 seconds, I was like, you know what, they're crowding me on each side. There's nothing I can do. Evolved barbarians with a level 10 witch and everything, they overcrowded me, and I wasn't able to actually keep up with the mana, and then I lost. So I think I could have definitely taken that tower a little bit earlier. And then if I had taken that tower, I definitely would have focused more on playing defense because I knew how hard this was. So I wish that I threw down the Mini P.E.K.K.A instead of the knight. And I honestly think that I could have, or instead of my minions, I think I actually could have taken that tower and probably won, but it would have been like a 1-0 crown. This one was tough. This one was sudden death. So I ended up losing in sudden death. So it was a really close match, in my opinion. But at that point, I think towards the end, they really like went all out. So we'll see. So I started off with the cannon. They have a level 10. I think everyone at this point has level 10s. I didn't have my giant. I thought that, you know, I wasn't going to do anything because my tower took control of it. So I didn't have my giant. I figured I would take my knight and put it on the left side. Maybe kill a couple skeletons since my knight is so slow. This is what screwed me over too, is the Expo. So the Expo locked onto my knight, which it was fine. I didn't mind it locking onto my knight, but I didn't realize or expect that they were going to have an Expo. That messed me up because I've never seen it before. I've never seen anyone use it before. This was the first time that I dealt with it in a match. I took their mini dragon, or baby dragon out. My P.E.K.K.A went and took their wizard out, and then I take their tower. So at this point, I'm feeling okay. Feeling pretty confident. My Mini P.E.K.K.A does some damage to the tower, and then my wizard locked onto their tower, so it does a little bit more damage too. They have a wizard, so I actually threw my knight down here. I should have thrown it maybe a little earlier or later, just to have the archer tower lock onto the wizard too to do a little bit more damage, but my knight survived, so I guess I wasn't really too concerned about that. Let's see what happens. I save mana up. I bring my giant all the way to the back again. This is where this is screwed over because now I have no cannon to distract them. So I threw my archers down so that the charge was screwed. But he still took my tower down with that guy. It's so strong and a lot tankier than I would have expected. So that stinks. So I threw my witch. I'm sorry, not my witch. I threw my wizard in front of my giant. Because my hope was I would just throw it down, my shield would pop, and I would get rid of all the skeletons. But instead, I didn't. What also pissed me off was that my Mini P.E.K.K.A locked onto the second archer tower instead of the king's tower. At that point, I feel like I could have done a little bit more damage to that king's tower and got it within range to kill it. But he threw the fireball down too, just so that he can prevent my wizard from taking or doing more damage, because it definitely would have done at least 100 or 200 more damage. They locked their baby dragon in, took down my cannon. My wizard was supposed to take down these skeleton armies and stuff, and Mini P.E.K.K.A to the witch, I'm sorry. My knight took down the witch, but still dies to the wizard. And at this point, this sucks, because now we have sudden death, right? So we had this guy taking care of my giant. Unfortunately, I'm running out of mana. I don't know why I threw my wizard that close to everything, and at that point I have no mana. they have everything in the world, and they were easily able to take out my tower. There was nothing I can do at this point. My wizard was too close. I thought that I had my giant alive still, so I threw my wizard down there, and then he was able to just completely throw all of his mana and just bring a huge army of everything over to the tower, and I couldn't keep up. So I lost in overtime. I think that if I did something differently, or if my mini P.E.K.K.A even locked on to the King's Tower, I think I could have actually taken a 3-star, maybe, or at least definitely gone very close. But I don't know. So things to learn in every single one of these. Unfortunately, I lost all of them. And then at that point, I was like, you know what? I really need to take a step back. I need to stop playing. Picked it back up at night, and I noticed that I was doing okay. So there are just some bad matchups, you know? I mean, like, you're going to lose some. You can't win them all. Can't 3-star them all, even though I really wanted to 3-star them all. But, you know, I lose. And I went on a really bad losing streak, and it was all in the afternoon. So tell me, guys, seriously, is there a certain time of day where you guys find that you're doing better or you're doing worse? Let me know in the comments. And as always, again, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what arena you're in. Comment down below if I could have improved on any of these videos. Like, maybe I'm missing something, of course. Like, and you know, a second set of eyes could definitely tell me that I'm missing this, or I did something different, or if I did this, it would have worked out a little bit better. So let me know. I would love to know. And yeah, if you like the video, if you want to see more videos, we're definitely posting more videos as we go. Subscribe. Hit the bell icon if you really want to. I don't really see needing the point to, but you know, subscribe and like the video for more. And yeah, we'll post, and hopefully the next video that I post is Arena 10. So we'll see. And for now, have a great day, and take care, everybody.